Just stop being a little biatch and upgrade your shit to some Apple.
No.
Fine. You don't have headphones, so I'm gonna have to make you alert every time I hit a button here.
I saw you press the button.
I did not. No, I didn't do that yet. See what I'm saying?
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Welcome everybody to the Kasson Avenue podcast. This is episode number 166. I'm your host Adam, here with my brother Osama, and the dog is here too. Welcome, and if you're a new subscriber, shout out to you. Thanks for joining the party. If you have not done so yet,
subscriber is the appropriate. It's not subscribers. There's no.
I don't know. We went up and down. And
yeah,
up and
we
down,
just
and up and
gained
down.
one this morning, man. And again,
I saw that.
I know
and
it
this
seems
one
fickle that we know this, but again, we only have 300.
Well, certain subscribers, I'll get like an email with their subscription name, and then other ones I don't. It doesn't make any sense.
That's weird. I wonder if there's a setting that allows that, because I've never subscribed and like signed a signature on YouTube.
Hey yo, I ain't got a clue. All I know is if you are watching right now and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Test the theory. I'll let you know if you pop up.
Also, check us out on Patreon.com because we have some content there.
But only do the creamiest crop when I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that sounded a little freaky, but it's exactly what Adam named the highest tier.
Well, here's the thing, right? You ever heard of the cream of the crop? That means that you were the top.
So now we're the creamiest. I think that's
No, we aren't the creamiest. They are the creamiest. And hopefully it's a bunch of chicks. Anyway, I digress.
That's the word that does it. If you called the cream of the crop, that would be. But creamiest, I think the eest in the creamy is the problem there.
I don't think it's a problem.
She was the creamiest.
Out of the other tiers, there's no subscribers, but the creamiest crop got one. So clearly we're doing something right.
All right.
And that one anyway. But yeah, so follow us there, of course. That'd be dope. Give us a little bit of money. We always appreciate it.
You got to get that Adam Sandler drop from The Wedding Singer in that.
There's 1,000 drops that we need, but none of them matter until you get headphones.
I have
now,
money.
Also, TikTok. We're not TikTok famous yet, but eventually we're gonna get there. So while we're posting things, is another place to find us. Watch some clips, get familiar. Instagram, follow all of them places. Everywhere that you might find somebody on social media, you'll probably find us. And we are under the Kasson Avenue podcast. Now that that's out of the way. What's going on with you?
Plug.
What's going on with you? We got to, like you said last week, we got to bring back the trend of checking in on each other, even though, we talk throughout the week. They don't hear us talk. So,
yeah.
What's good with you?
Honestly, not a bad week. Just
How you feeling physically? Pause.
Physically, I'm cool, man.
Cool.
I'm in the transition of going from I did a whole workout program for the first time ever.
Jump manual, man. That's the only one I ever followed.
Well, it wasn't
Shout out
that,
to Jacob Hiller or whatever.
I'm not interested in jumping very high anymore. I mean, last time I played ball, I was still able to get up higher than I thought I would. But I'm not one of those guys that will, when you go in the gym now, I'm not going to go try to touch the net or the rim.
Well, if you're trying to touch the net, then that's...
Well, I believe at this point, that's maybe the best I can hope for.
All right, but if you're standing 6 foot and then you lift your arm over your head, and let's say it gives you another 2 feet, then that's 8 feet. You only got to jump 12 inches to hit the shit.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying I can't grab the rim anymore. I'm saying
to hit the net, it's only one foot.
All I'm saying is it's probably not worth the effort.
Nobody has ever been with a 24-inch vertical and been proud of it.
It's probably just not worth the risk. It's not something I want to do. Listen, I've already come to the determination that dunking on the list of things I probably should get done in life.
Probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dunk. So that being said, is me really being able to grab the rim anything anymore? I'm not 19 and on my way to dunking, which I never arrived.
America runs on dunking.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Did I change this? Nope, it's still the rim shot.
That's what they say it does. I'm cool though. Just been trying to.
Nah, but it still hurts me inside.
Oh, the dunking thing? Yeah, well.
And here's the thing, right? All right, you say, at this point in your life, you have your idol, LeBron James. He's out there at your age doing
that
it.
is not. Why do you go?
because I have to take it to the extreme.
You would think
this is content, people.
You would think he was your arch nemesis.
Yeah.
You would think he was like the Penguin to your Batman.
Yeah, he's the bane of my existence.
The Bane to your Batman.
Here's the thing, right?
How can they say that Bane was equally, or Penguin was equally as
I don't think
dangerous?
they said that.
Yeah, but they made it seem that way. Penguin was like a threat to all of Gotham.
Yeah, but it's like, as time progresses and your foes grow in ability or whatever, you start somewhere and then you get somewhere. So Penguin is just like he seems like the biggest threat right now. And then they're like, oh shit, Bane is a pretty big threat. Oh, the Joker is a pretty big threat.
To stand them next to each other. And I'm not saying anything, but I watched Danny DeVito walk out on the Jimmy Kimmel show the other day. He's a little guy. You know what I thought about?
He is, but Danny DeVito's hilarious.
You know what I thought about?
Though.
The first thing I thought about was, what did they make the couch smaller for him?
No, because I've seen people get up on one of them couches and have their legs literally dangling off. The Joe Budden podcast, they just had whatever the new girl rapper is. I forget what her name is. But she was sitting down and she's probably like 3'11".
There's no way.
She's super short.
Super small. That's like Oompa Loompa.
Okay, listen. Where your ass is on the couch, her feet were just past that. Like she was a tiny, tiny woman. Nobody's changing the couch because you're short.
I mean, dangling your feet is kind of, sometimes
she had to she had to climb on the couch facing the couch. That shit is hilarious. It was like.
So listen, my week. I'm just been trying to get into that transition of the next workout phase I'm trying to get into. I think I discussed it. I've realized I need to operate off to-do lists, right? Like I need to physically write them out, and I need to go by because if I'm let's say Saturday morning.
Well, to-do lists are a thing for that reason. You're not the only person in the world who
right?
functions.
But let's say I wake up Saturday morning, right? And I make my coffee and I sit down. If I sit there and just try to figure out what I needed to do that day, you might get one or two things to pop up. But for the most part, I'm not going to get it done. With a to-do list.
Remember one Saturday morning?
Yeah.
One Saturday morning. It used to be the way to wake up, man.
Yeah, but... well, this Saturday morning, not one, but this Saturday morning. Now, I was basically just trying to make sure that I write down things I need to get done for the next day and just try to do my best to bang them out because it keeps me productive. And weirdly enough, as I get older, productivity, knocking things out progressively as the day goes on, I kind of like it.
Oh, it feels good, huh?
Feels good to be productive.
I accomplished something today.
Organization in general. I've been trying to declutter life. Life is cluttery. That being said, I keep accumulating sneakers, and I don't know which one I'm gonna stop.
Well, I don't really feel like sneakers is clutter. Well, maybe for you it is. Yeah, I have a wall.
My closet is just starting to be a thing full of shoeboxes.
That's how I prefer my closet to be. It's actually shoeboxes in there, but they're filled with other shit.
That's actually how my closet's supposed to be. I prefer it that way.
Well, what else you put in your closet?
Clothes, fool. Stuff that you
remember back in the day, in the Kasson days, we had like that sliding mirror closet, right?
I remember that.
You remember on the right side there was some shelving.
I do remember that.
So we had like the encyclopedias.
That's a weird place to put encyclopedias.
Yeah, that could have been shoes.
That's what I just yeah, but I told you the closets are also places you put things that you don't want to leave out in the
yeah, but not your bedroom closet.
Well, what if you don't got another place to put them?
Then that means that you ain't got space for them.
It is a weird place to store literature, right? It's almost like saying, well, these will never get read.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about our encyclopedia collection was we had like 6 letters. We had like 6 letter groups.
Yeah, we missed a few.
Every report I ever wrote, I had to strategically pick out of those books.
Until they did the remember when they did the online one?
Oh, Microsoft Encarta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like it was basically Google, but a lot less
but like
powerful.
Software. It wasn't Google like a website.
You had to install it in the computer.
Whatever was on there already, that's the only information you could find.
I think you could update it with different discs.
Probably.
But that was just basically buying a different version. But it was basically Google, and you basically would have this like box that would pop up, and you would type in what you want to read about, and they would give you basically whole articles of it.
It's like if Wikipedia was on a disc.
No, I think... I don't know.
Because it didn't have all the information, and it wasn't live updates.
Anything. I could go on Wikipedia right now if I wanted and edit literally a space station program's Wikipedia page. Astronaut Osama Khawash was And people probably wouldn't catch it for a little while. And then somebody would write a report, and it would have my name as they met.
And the teacher would be like, I never heard of him before.
Never heard of this guy.
But it sounds a little sketchy that NASA would let Osama play again.
Right, like it seems a little fishy. She'll go Google it, and luckily for that student, nobody will have found it by that time. And now she'll think that my name is the name of one of the captains on a ship. Now, that goes further. Think about how many people she's going to teach, right? And at some point, there's going to be
and that's how misinformation spreads, like that.
Like that. But I got to tell
over
you,
the course
of all
of
the
years,
misinformation that could be spread, saying that I'm a pilot of a NASA ship, or Nassau, Bahamas.
Definitely got some.
I'm just manning boats at Nassau with a whole bunch of parasailers. No, I think I wouldn't mind giving that lie out. Right, I would like to see how long that could last. I would probably.
You'd be like that dude.
I'd have an alert every time somebody changed it. I'd change it back.
What was that politician? I think he's from New York or something like that, and he was like trying to run for Congress, wherever the fuck it is, and he literally lied about his whole resume, and they keep finding things out, and now he's like, oh, I did a spot on Hannah Montana, like just making shit up as he goes.
Yeah, are you talking about it's not like one of the big names from New York, right? Like the Giulianis and the Bloombergs of the world.
Well, not, but it's like another guy who's trying to be one of those guys.
Oh, well, I don't know who that is.
Like Chris Santos or some shit like that. All I know is he lied about everything.
I follow zero politics.
I don't follow it. I don't watch the news. But like on Instagram,
politics. Where are we going now? That's what it's like.
You know, Instagram started doing those sponsored posts, and you just see random things that you didn't actually ask to see.
Yeah.
That's where I find a lot of it.
You know, that's an interesting way to think about things, right? Like so basically, when you say that you follow for instance, a Trump, right? You're a follower of Trump. That doesn't sound.
I am not.
No, not him, but this hypothetical individual.
I thought about just getting rid of all my red hats.
It's like one. Anyway, so it's like, that's a big sacrifice. So the idea
I was
is
laughing because your head has
I know,
a red hat
well,
on.
I'm going to get it then. I'll be like, oh, waiting in the garbage. Think about that. When you say you're a follower, that doesn't sound so bad. But let's make it a physical thing. When you say you're following, you literally have to march behind this guy physically, like everywhere he goes. And then if you decide to stop following, you can get out that line. But now it's like a conga line, right? Dun, 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 dun,
in the words of Ludacris.
And you're in the conga line that Donald Trump is leading. Dun, 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 dun. Right?
In the wise words of Ludacris, you need to be a leader and not a follower. I only hang with chicks that got more twist than Oliver.
You said not a follower? That's what he said?
That's what he says.
Okay, I didn't know.
And then he said he only hangs with chicks that got more twist than Oliver. And I said, I don't know what it means for a chick to have twists.
I think.
But if it means that she's acrobatic.
I'm pretty sure he's speaking
about
hair. Fairly certain of it.
I don't think so. It sounds like a line that has something to do with sex, but that's just my mind.
That sounds like it
everything
has something
there.
to do with fucking.
From fucking. Oh man, that reminds me too now because obviously it doesn't really matter to us because we're not monetized on YouTube. But like, did you see
We've made 0.
Part of what I learned things from is Joe Budden podcast because they're industry folks.
He is monetized,
and he is monetized.
Are you talking?
Yeah,
about
YouTube now changing the way that they
do things. You can't say things like fuck and shit and cock.
YouTube, I'm going to continue to curse.
Hey, earmuffs, cock, balls. It's like he gets it.
It's hilarious. But yeah, no, I don't know why they're doing that. I don't like it.
Well, I think they're trying to make it. Think about this for a second.
No, I don't want to think about it.
No. YouTube has evolved from like.
This is like when they did that shit on Family Guy, and they couldn't say Dick Van Dyke.
They couldn't say Dick Van Dyke on Family
Remember
Guy?
in Family Guy, like they're trying to do the censorship thing, and that's when he did his own channel, and he's like, the side boob hour. You like that side boob? That's my side boob.
I haven't watched Family Guy in a minute, but I do remember that episode. It's weird that they're doing that. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. Think about how much, like, they censor a lot of things. Like, you can't talk about people fucking or cocks going into vaginas, right?
And you can't show those. Listen, I understand not being able to show those things, right?
But I should be able to say about.
I should be able to talk about them.
Hell yeah!
They have a YouTube for kids now, evidently. Let them little bastards go over there.
Dude, we just had a discussion downstairs about kids and where they should and shouldn't be when I'm at these places, right?
When adults are talking, shut up,
Just shut the fuck up. No, I was telling Adam and Sarah, our
as Ronald Eyes, he said, "Can't you see two men are talking?"
Anyway, I was telling Adam and Sarah, our sister, who some of you may remember, some of these OG subscribers. I was saying that, listen, when you have a kid, specifically an infant, because that's how you have them.
Mm-hmm. That's how they start.
Unless it's some sort of Benjamin Button situation. I don't know.
Or some sort of like Jesus situation where there was really no gestation period.
Yeah,
and
I don't know how that is. I still don't know how that I assume it's like one of those, when like Superman, when it starts and he comes into, and he just barrels into Earth on his little spaceship. And then like.
My thought process has always been.
That would infer that Jesus is Superman. And
my thought process has always been that there's a lot less of a perception of time back then. And she definitely had fucked somebody else. And it was like, oh no, I'm a pure virgin, and this is just, I don't know how this happened. No offense, religious people, I'm just joking.
I don't even know where I was at.
It's not important. So we started off with how are you? What was your week like?
All around.
Any highlights?
You know what?
Sounds like there were low lights.
I'm trying to look at the glass half full. Mm-hmm. You know what? I lived another week. I had the ability to get some shit going.
Round of applause for that.
Trying to make some changes for the better.
Look at this man.
That's all that is.
Said I lived another week. That's something else. That's
it,
for you,
man.
Right there. Well, nice, man. That's awesome.
I know a lot of people make fun of Matthew McConaughey, but that guy's got a nice philosophy on life.
Only so many people make fun of Matthew.
They keep on throwing me this money, man. And
he is getting all kinds of deals. Lincoln made him like a billionaire or something.
He's a Tennessee. I think he either is I don't know if he teaches, but I know he's a coach at the Tennessee Longhorn guys. That's a college team full of guys.
It's like a fraternity or something. Yeah.
In college they tried to get me to join it was a co-ed fraternity.
Well, it can't be a fraternity then. It's a
sorority.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well either way, I didn't because maybe I should have, but I didn't. And you know what? I didn't because I shouldn't have.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Word.
Fuck that.
For sure, though.
I already know.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
But they tried to get me to join, and it was always weird to me because I always thought that fraternities were for boys, dudes.
Yep.
And sororities for girls, ladies.
Can you imagine if every time the word boy was replaced with the word man and the word man was replaced with boy, it'd be man scouts instead of boy scouts? There'd be a lot of weird things in the world. I'm glad things are the way they are. Well, to some degree.
Like man,
minus all the censorship.
Instead of man that sucks, like boy that sucks. That sounds differently. You shouldn't say that.
Well, people say both, I think.
Boy. No, man.
Or in the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, son.
Man. If he had replaced it, it wouldn't have the same. They wouldn't hit the same. Man.
My week has largely been just still more of that.
Have you seen any of these Stone Cold workout videos on Instagram? I need you to go on Instagram right now and look up Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's just had videos of him.
You've been doing like the rock type of thing?
No, like he'll literally just have the camera placed and he'll just be doing workouts. It's one of the funniest things because I love Stone Cold, right? But again, he's a little older. This older generation with phones, they're just awkward. It's really funny to me because he doesn't seem to. It's got a weird vibe. Like, The Rock be like, The Rock says, and he doesn't call himself The Rock anymore. But I would.
Is it like his actual page? Does he have an actual page? Because there's no verified Stone Colds.
There is a Stone Cold page. It's Stone Cold. It's dynamite, son.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't see anything in here.
All right, well, I'll look it up while you talk about how your week was.
All right, yeah. So
lay it on me, brother.
Yeah. So first of all, I'll start with like my physical, right? And I don't know what happened in life, but like yesterday, I went grocery shopping, right? Today's obviously Sunday.
Been deteriorating?
No. Well, of course. Every day. I told Sarah the other day, I'm like, yo, the question that you ask yourself most as you get older is, well, why the fuck does that hurt? You know?
Oh, those are questions every day.
But anyway,
I've tended to start ignoring them as much as possible.
I don't know if that's a good thing. I guess depends what hurts.
It's probably a terrible idea to ignore things. No, and when I say that, I joke. I've actually been.
It's like a woman turning up the volume in her car because she doesn't want to hear the engine making a weird noise.
That's one of the craziest things that I don't know. But no, I've tended lately to be a bigger proponent of making sure that your health is on point. Because again, without health, what are you able to do? Nothing. Because
health is wealth.
Health is wealth, man, for real.
So yeah, I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I got a Reese's ice cream, right? And I was like super excited about it because if you know me, I'm a Reese's junkie. I enjoy the chocolate peanut butter combination.
Is this about the aftermath of the Reese's ice cream?
Well, it's just about like how I can't enjoy even just a little bit of ice cream without having some repercussions the next day, like stomach pain and just not feeling great.
Having to poop.
Having the poops, and I don't understand it. I'm like, yo, man, it's just ice cream. I can't even have that anymore.
I rarely will eat ice cream, but especially if it's something that Vivi buys.
Me neither, but it's new, and it's like literally Reese's branded ice cream. So it's not just like with Reese's cups and the vanilla. No, it's like actual. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can't pass that up. I gotta see what's up. And then there's just fallout from that these days. So then I went and got a little 6-pack of some beers. And then, because I've been in this...
I'll bring the beers.
Because I've been in this whole Stone Cold thing, I'm like, I had 1 beer. What? 2 beers. What? Tequila. What? Whiskey.
Tequila yesterday?
No. But that's just how he goes about his thing. He has 5 beers, some whiskey, some tequila, more beers. And then he comes to his conclusion on whatever he was pondering.
He used to have a page.
Told you it was not there. I ain't just missing things.
Oh, baby, wait up, hold up. I think I know what it is.
Hold up. We them boys.
Okay, so you had beer.
No, I bought some. I didn't have any. I was gonna have them here today on this pod.
Oh,
but we can do that on the second half if you want one. I don't know.
Oh, why didn't you tell me?
Well, I mean, I'm drinking Coke right now. That's what's in my red Solo cup. In case y'all are wondering, But yeah, so so my week is that. I had a lot of those going on. This is not an ad because obviously they're also a YouTube channel, but it's called Attitude Pop. If you want to go back and just catch up on all that Stone Cold Steve Austin shit, they have it separated by the year, and that's what's been keeping me entertained. I got about like 4 years left to go through.
Dude, you're doing like Vivi did. She ran through Grey's Anatomy.
Well, all right. So the clips. The like first
White
one, for
Castle's
instance, like 1996 is 1996's playlist for him. There's that's the year he made his debut in the WWF. There was like 3 videos. Some of them have like 60 videos, but they're anywhere from like 3 minutes to like 9 minutes. So it was nothing super crazy. It's easy to go through.
Okay.
So that's what I've been on.
It's enjoyable to watch it. It still gives me the same feeling. If you in fact watched it. We talk about nostalgia. It's a reoccurring theme on this podcast, and I think for people of our age group, right? Even though you're a little bit younger than me, and I think technically it puts you just a little bit in a different generation.
Yeah. Whatever.
We're not. But what I'm saying is, for our nostalgia is pretty big, man. So like, you think about anything, right? Like you ever come across something in the store you haven't seen in a long time, right? Like Fruit by the Foot.
That Jensen cassette player.
Well, okay, so there was two juice with the plastic thing that twist off.
For some reason, Target had these like 1 year for like and they're like holiday spot, right? Just like random things, $15, some shit like that. And I was like, I don't have a working cassette player. I have cassettes. So about this.
The fact that people used to clip that to their belt and walk around with this big ass floppy half a laptop on their side, like just to hear it. And like the headphones were made with the like the wire. It's like a flat hanger.
But I'll tell you this: when you go from cassette to CD player, initially, like the early transition from cassette to CD, it seemed like a regression because cassettes don't skip the same way that a CD does. So like at first,
yeah, but cassettes are susceptible to being ruined because the tape can become twisted, scrunchy. I don't know, man.
The entire thing that the Bop It toy you can do all of those things to it.
There's been
you can twist it, pull it, bop it.
Tape players used to literally eat tapes just because.
Yeah.
Like you would be listening to the whole fucking tape all day, bumping that shit, no problem. Go to pop it out, you pull it out, and it would just be A whole bunch.
Remember
of
when that shit used to happen to VCRs? It's even worse. It's like, I think I ruined the VCR now.
Dude, terrible technology.
Yeah.
Like I don't even. And here's the thing about it. It was super like it was very
innovative.
No. Well, yeah, I guess. But compared to what we have now, it was super duper fucking just simple, right?
Yeah.
But I still don't know how that works. How do VCRs work? Can you tell me? Do you know?
Similar to a cassette player.
We are some fucking assholes as human beings to be really fucking, we need new technology. Tell me how the last one worked, motherfucker.
Well, who cares how it worked? All I know is I bought it, so now it's mine. I put the tape in there, I press play, and it works.
Dude.
They're supposed to worry about the how. I worry about the what.
Fucks are going to be like, he's itching his foot.
Of course, man. I think you need to get like some Lotrimin spray on your foot. Some shit. You got like some...
Your foot doesn't itch just once in a while?
Yours itches every time we on the pod, or are you really. Trying to, or you're trying to get to them? Hey, y'all turned on by this.
This is the first time I've itched my foot since that last time. Oh my god!
That's because last week I told you not to itch your foot.
You gotta say thank you because it seems like we get an influx of watchers in those weeks. I don't know if they're weirdos, like they're trying to just beat off to my feet and call it a day.
You can't say you gotta say thank you because you have don't watch because of this. You weirdos, and then you're like, so you can't have it both ways.
All right, well, I'd also like to put it out there that the $1,000 sock is still on the table for anybody who'd like to buy one, not the whole pair. That's
all right. I promise this is the last time I'll reference the Joe Budden podcast today. But when they had Melissa Ford on there, they were asking her. She's apparently like part of the cast now. I guess. But they were asking her had she ever been propositioned for used panties, like pay her for that, and she said, I think that she has, but I don't think that she capitalized on it and like made money off it. She just thought it was weird.
I won't give you my used underwear unless we're talking about like six figures.
I mean, if you're Melissa Ford, who was like a video vixen, and obviously like there was a lot of men back in the day who were like
offered a lot of money for those.
Yeah,
men are weird, dude.
But if I'm a woman and my panties are in demand,
selling them.
I'm gonna go buy more and put them on so I can sell them. That's just how I'm working.
The funny thing is, I can just put them on again later. I would just literally put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off.
It's kind of funny.
They were warned.
We were talking about last week how there's no successful male OnlyFans people.
Yeah,
because but there was a small story about Blueface saying he made like $800,000 without any NSFW content.
So real quick on Blueface, right? I kind of think that his name isn't right.
Well, his face is not blue.
It's not blue. He doesn't have a blue. He doesn't have a blue face, man.
Yeah, but sometimes it's black and blue after he gets punched in the face by Kasson or whatever her name is.
His ass whooped, but you know what? That's his decision, and I don't want to touch it.
But here's the thing: I never thought we'd talk about him so much in the world, not just us, but just like in the world. After he first came out, because I'm like, remember when my first take was when we heard his shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, this man, he's not an on the beat rapper at all, and he, to his own admittance, I'm not good with the beat. Like, you're a rapper.
Is it admittance? Because admittance isn't that getting into a place?
That's admission.
No, admission is what you pay.
Or maybe it's one of those two. I don't know, man. It's definitely one of them though.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, he says it himself. I'm not good on the beat. You're a rapper though.
Okay.
And that's literally 95% of being a rapper.
And here's the thing.
You ain't got no flow?
All that might be true. But all of the skills aside, lack thereof, whatever it is, he's not blue, man. He's not a blue guy. I know what the listen. I think what
Scarface had a scar on his face.
He claims to be. Is he like a Crip affiliate?
Yes.
Okay, so there's blue there. I get it. Blueface Hunnits. It's like a double entendre. Guess how cool it would be if it was a triple entendre and his face was blue too. That's all I'm saying.
He should have put on a blue mask for his whole thing.
I just feel like committing is important. Right? Committing to anything. Skateboarding.
Except murder. Don't commit murder.
Don't commit murder. But if you're going to do it, I guess you got to go all the way, right?
That's true. I think that's a firm decision.
Don't half murder because that'll get you nowhere.
Then that's going to get you snitched on because the person's not dead.
You didn't finish it.
And they know who
you got to finish the job, right? So I would say, listen, Blue Man Group, right? They're not just a bunch of guys.
So much stupidity.
They're not just a bunch of guys beating on drums and humming through fucking tubes with no makeup on.
It's true. They painted themselves blue.
Imagine how weird it would look. Nobody would go to that show.
Do you think that's what inspired Avatar? Oh, they're blue. We can make these guys blue, and then we can have a whole movie about this.
Avatar is weird to me, too.
I don't trust James Cameron. Oh.
Yeah, that guy's been to the bottom of the ocean. I don't know what he's seen or what they've given him. Right? But I'm just saying, if you're going to... Blueface should be blue-faced.
Maybe he's blue like he said.
No, it doesn't seem like...
Could have been a quadruple entendre right there.
It could have been, but he didn't. His face isn't blue.
Well, he does usually seem to look like he's smiling.
Even if he called himself Blue Man, I would still probably be angry, but his face wouldn't have to be blue.
What if he was just like blue? What if that was it? Just blue.
I think there is a guy named Blue, but it's BLEU.
And he... Whoa. Pause that, yo. What? BLEW, I guess what I was going for. Anyway, whatever.
What am I pausing?
Not you, him.
What is he pausing?
Well, he blew.
No, it's not W.
Anyways, whatever. So that was going to bring me to my next step when I was talking about the ice cream and the bubble guts coming along with it. I went to go get a haircut also yesterday, right? And it got me thinking, like,
man, I gotta take a shit.
No.
Majid, hurry up! I gotta doo-doo.
The night before, I'm trying to plan.
All of the non-curse words for poop are hilarious to me. Doo-doo.
He called the shit poop. The night before, on Friday, I'm like,
caca. The fuck is caca? And why is it all two-letter words?
It's doo-doo, baby.
It's all two-letter words. Everything, all poop is like. Look at it.
Yeah, well, two different letters.
Caca, poop, doo-doo. There's only 2 letters in each of those words.
I feel you.
It's kind of weird.
So like on Friday night, when I'm like planning my dinner, I'm like, oh well, I gotta be in a chair. Usually Majid be taking like an hour and a half or so on my hair, and I have to drive there. It's about 40 minutes. Drive back about another 40 minutes. Like, it's about a 4-hour day we're talking about. Be careful about what I eat because I don't want to be in the chair feeling like I have to take a doo-doo the whole time.
The way you planned and said this is going to be a 4-hour day for getting to get a haircut is just mind-boggling.
Well, it's not like the barbershop's right down the street. Otherwise, it's a 2-hour day, you know?
That's true.
I got to take those. Nothing worse than like having to drive and having to take a shit. I thought about this because I was driving down the road and there was a truck on the highway and he pulled over onto the shoulder and I'm like,
you got out, took a shit or
that
something?
guy probably had to take a shit. Like hopefully because all his tires looked fine. So I was like, the engine's not smoking. That dude got a dump. He got to take a dump. Think about that, man. If your job is you have to be a truck driver and like they have to keep tight schedules.
I would have a bathroom in my trailer. I would invest in one of them dope ass trailers where I wouldn't want to be home. I would just be driving, making money and shit.
Well, no. So, do you when you go and get a haircut? Have you made any decisions?
I was like, don't ask me about when I'm pooping.
Have you have you consciously made any decisions like that? Like, yo, I'm gonna be getting a haircut. It's something that's supposed to be kind of relaxing for me. It's like one of the few things men do is like a pamper myself thing. Yeah. Also get fly, but like, do you have to consider that? Like, I'm gonna be in a chair for at least like an hour. I don't want to be bubble goody while I'm in there, or any kind of comfort decisions made.
So obviously you don't want to have to get out the chair, and I'd say 99.9% of the time I've not gotten out of the chair during getting a haircut.
Same.
Like there's no like, but I will say I do get a little weary of how much water I drink right prior to it, right? Because I don't want to have to pee. You know those days where you're just like on your water game?
It's like the lesser of two evils, I would say, but I hear you.
Well, I think it's harder to hold your pee than poop.
Well, it depends, man.
You keep a tight ass. What are you going to keep a tight dick hole? Like, that's impossible. Depends. Like, I'm
more practiced in holding my pee than holding
only way, you know,
usually if I got to take a dump, it's like, I got to take a dump. I got to go. You know?
Yeah, but I think it's
Excuse
easier.
us for all those dump words.
I think it's easier to hold that in. Listen, you ever like got into a toilet when you had to pee and like you're doing that dance where you're like trying to rip open your pants to just pull that? You're like, I gotta go. You never gotten there? Like when you poop, you're just like, all right, cool. It's when it's ready, it's ready.
I'm nervous and I feel like I'm about to shit myself. That's the bubble guts. All right. So
okay.
There's a difference between having to take a dump and a bubble gut.
I think bubble guts are the guts problem.
Which also is I got to take a dump problem.
Eventually.
No, it's a more urgent one.
Not always. Sometimes it's just your stomach is having a fight. Sometimes your stomach is just having a fight with itself.
Sometimes you have a stomach ache and it'd be neither. But unless you also got to dump, it ain't the bubble guts.
Sometimes I like to imagine the body is something that operates with a whole bunch of little workers inside of it, right? Like dun 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 dun. Like so when they're
you lazy sons of bitches.
Would y'all stop fighting down there?
They're doing something wrong.
Shooting
bottom line,
they got miniature guns, so they start bucking at each other. They be in my stomach, and that's
where
why all
the fuck are they getting weaponry?
I don't
they
know.
They better
man.
chill.
How'd they get in there in the first
place?
Keep things
moving.
We're kind of talking about something that's really, really dumb right here. I mean,
that's all we talk about.
One day we will talk about actual topics.
We won't.
The funny thing is, he was getting at me before we started about the fact that we can't talk about randomness, and he's got topics to talk about. But we have spoken about. I mean, I think we've talked about a couple of them.
Yeah, and I think the barbershop one is important.
There's a lot of barbershop talk that needs to be addressed.
I've been in the barbershop chair and having to take a dump, and it's not a comfortable feeling. And you can't move around a lot because if you move, you're gonna like fucking have them fuck up a little bit, whatever, like head moving and shit. So you're trying to get comfortable, like my stomach fucking.
You had to go.
No, but this was before. Not like
blow up the barbershop's bathroom.
This was not yesterday.
Yo, I went to the barbershop.
Is this the barbershop?
On Wednesday, right? I went and got my hair cut. And I went into the bathroom right away. I was like, I got to take a piss because I had been drinking water. Like, you got to be really careful of that because, you got to pee. I went in there and instantly was smacked in the face by whoever had blown that toilet up prior. Now,
yeah, public restrooms are gross in any setting, if you ask me.
Well, I like my barbershop. They keep it pretty clean.
I respect the people who say...
The bathroom is actually really nice.
The bathroom is only for employees. I respect that, because as the employee, I don't want a bunch of random asses on my toilet.
You can't do that in those types of places.
Nah, I hear you, but I just mean when that policy...
No shoes, no shirt, no service, motherfucker. I remember I used to be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Like, who's coming in here without shoes? Nasty motherfuckers.
No shoes, no shirt, no service?
One of you. Walking around without shoes.
At first, it's a way. At first, I remember being like, "Oh, they don't sell shoe shirts or
service
or service."
We're not selling service here, sir.
Listen, if it's three things,
just buy something and get the fuck out.
Three things we don't have: it's shoes, it's shirts, and we definitely ain't got no motherfucking service here.
I feel like that without service, you probably just don't have a business, really.
Why couldn't that sign just say "come in clothed"?
Well, because it doesn't have the same ring.
Fully clothed.
Plus, I think that really was it started off like a West Coast thing.
Did it?
Yeah, like surfer boys and shit. Be out there like.
Are you serious? They don't allow them in there without dude, I just came from the fucking beach. Well, we are on the boardwalk of a beach.
This is a professional establishment, sir. Nobody wants to sit here and look at your fucking hairy chest as we're walking around.
The funny thing about vacation is you just be shirtless everywhere you go. In places, you're like, listen, this is where I'm at.
Well, but I mean, I'm talking about not vacationers necessarily, but it could have been that too. It started at.
I think that you just got to take what comes with it, and you got to pick places accordingly. Like if I had a barbershop
I feel like just put on a shirt when you go into a store. There's 9,000 different varieties of footwear.
Unless you are on a resort.
Well, yeah, but
and you're out there chilling your
That's
thing.
different. That's different. In the resorts, they don't have those policies because they know you're out there on the beach 2 feet away from where this is.
But this is.
But even then, you still usually throw on a shirt when you go into.
Not every time.
Maybe not every time.
Give me what you got, lady. That's what I say, and I take their stuff, but I be shirtless.
Sounds all really bad.
I don't take their stuff. They give me things from the store.
I take their stuff. Give me your stuff, lady. All right, well, I guess we can move to some actual topics 40 minutes in.
We are 40 minutes in.
We are.
We are VR troopers.
Do we care at all
How come nobody acknowledges the VR troopers?
Who cares?
Did your neck just crack while you did that?
Nah, I just touched a...
Oh, I'm like, damn, your body's fucked up, son.
Nah, cracking ain't an issue.
But nobody acknowledges VR troopers. They just had a Power Rangers reunion, right?
Well, why would they?
You know,
they always have it too late. You know, they always have them just too late. They just had lost one of them. May he rest in peace.
Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about the fact that VR Troopers just never. I remember that just as much as I remember the Power Rangers. They basically were super knockoffs.
Yeah.
It was almost a blatant knockoff.
There was a point where like it was corny to like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, fuck you. Grew up watching Power Rangers.
I still think it was pretty corny to watch Power Rangers. I didn't watch it like that. You know that. I watched it with you, but I didn't like enjoy it.
I remember back in the day.
What are they doing? This is stupid.
I remember back in the day, smearing them. They used to have like the sheets, Power Ranger sheets.
I do remember that.
They had them bunk beds and shit.
I do. I've suggested on multiple occasions to save space in our place that me and Vivi just get bunk beds.
So much room for activities.
I told her we can even get one with a big bed on top and underneath the loft space, so we can put stuff underneath. She wasn't with it.
Horrible plan.
I initially had advised we should just get two, like the bunk beds, but like 2 queen sizes, right? We could visit each other's bed to do things, and then later on, I'll see you later. I'm going to sleep.
Now I have the room.
I was like, you even get bottom bunk.
Yeah, so if you fall off, you only have a short
Yeah,
fall.
man. Bunk bed life is not. It's underrated. We did bunk bed life for a long time.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan though.
You didn't like bunk beds?
I mean, it was nice because we also had a small room that we were sharing, so it was like.
Oh yeah, but I mean, actually, that room wasn't that small. I remember that, but it just saved.
It would be if there was 2 beds in there.
Well, of course.
I'm saying.
You didn't like bunk beds? What didn't you like about bunk beds?
Well, you were always you, and it was a dangerous time for me to sleep on a bunk bed.
Oh. What did I do?
I remember having taken the tumble at least once or twice. So I mean,
well, you.
And then
I will. Not
and then kids are dicks. So like, if you're on the bottom bunk, you're like kicking the mattress on the one above you.
That. I don't. Listen. I'm not going to take blame for you falling off the top of the bunk bed.
No, but you probably should.
Maybe, but I'm not gonna.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Bunk beds are a good.
We're pretty far removed from that at this point, anyway. I mean,
what bunk beds?
Like I survived.
Yeah, sure.
So.
I just think.
But don't kill you, make you stronger.
Every time we were in IKEA, and I just kept saying, "Look, that's a pretty big bunk bed with a nice space underneath for like a desk. We could have so much room for activities. Right? Like, what do we need so much space up top for? We're going to bed."
It's true.
But to have 2 beds now we're talking, it's like, listen, you can get some good sleep. I get some good sleep.
I just do one of them Shaquille O'Neal 30-foot beds
in diameter.
He had a fucking circular bed.
So it was pretty big. I don't know if I like the idea of a circular bed.
It was that big.
Like,
who cares?
Where does it end? Like,
it's that big. So what?
The blanket.
My only question was, how the fuck did you get that in your house?
You know when you're sleeping and the blanket is the long way, right? Or the short way, and you're like, damn it, why is there?
Because they're not a square.
No, they're like a rectangle, right? But the funny thing is, you're just like, why are my feet showing? And then you got to flip it around. Imagine have a circular.
Well,
blanket.
here's the
circular
secret to that
really
is, right,
weird.
like I have a queen size bed. I get a king size comforter. This way is big.
I get a king size comforter too.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, I'm like, man, there should be way more of a slack underneath there, But there's not. It's not there.
Half the time I kick it off anyways, because whether it's summer or winter, I run hot in my sleep, so like, I don't keep it on most of the time.
And in my sleep, in the summertime, yeah, man. Summertime, put that fan on, get that AC popping. I do need the blanket.
The heat has been juking in this house recently. I don't know why. It's just, but it just be overly hot in my room. So I'm like, get this fucking thing off me.
There's that. I hate that feeling when you come in the house after being super bundled up, where you're just like, it's hot in here, and I'm fucking hot over here.
Fucking melted,
ripping shit off, throwing it on, just getting angry at everything. Somebody turn this fucking heat down.
Yeah, and then it's like I could just go down and do it myself. I need one of those like smart things where I can just get on my phone and just tap it.
I've thought about that, but my house is old and it don't fit it.
You just gotta change the thermostat. So
no, there's wiring issues.
Just change the thermostat.
No, one of the Nest or whatever the ones are. They need like a 2-wire setup, and we only have a 1, or vice versa. And it's an age thing. It's ageism. It's fucking ageism. They make things, and they are racist against people with old houses.
I don't think it has anything to do with race.
It's
because it's not just particular races that have old houses.
Are they bigots?
I don't prejudice, bias, probably bias. Is
I would say all of those are the same thing.
Well, here's the thing: if you say racist,
no,
that means that only particular races
they're not
have old houses, which is not true.
they're not the same thing, but they're used to describe the same thing, being prejudiced against something.
Which is why bias is just the best way to.
No, I don't like bias because it seems like they got kind of an okay thing with us. No, they don't. They're bigoted towards people with old houses. I can't put in digital shit because my house is too old.
Get a newer house, brokey.
Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and do that right now.
Oh, I need to get the Nest in here. I got to get a new house. I mean,
I really would like a digital thermometer.
Some countries, they don't even have regular thermostats. So just be happy with what you got. Anyways.
It's a good point. I'm not going to lie to
you. Do we care at all that Kendrick and Lizzo are going to headline the governor's ball, whatever the governor's ball is?
No.
All right, I don't know what that is. So
I've not made it a point to talk much about Lizzo after her whole ass out in the Staples Center.
I mean, listen, I'm all about body positivity.
They changed the name after that and shit. They're like, we can't even be associated with that shit anymore. We got to change the shit of our name. Bitcoin it is.
Staples, that was
crypto,
not
whatever
easy.
the fuck. But yeah, I don't care about that.
And that whole thing, like
at this point, like
under.
Kendrick is cemented in hip hop history, but I don't think he's been like really knocking it out the park. I'm not a proponent of that. I think a lot of people do believe that, and
So what you're saying you don't like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers?
I tried. It was like The Irishman. Like
other than with like the and not even there are certain people who you can't get more than like 2 albums from before you're like, I don't like this guy anymore.
I guess it might be a thing of I don't know. When it comes to Kendrick, you can recognize that there's something pretentious about him, right? In a sense, the idea that the perception that he is so enlightened in a sense where he's like, I don't need the phone. Remember the fucking the presser that he put out? I've been riding bikes on Beach Cruise. Like, all that to me is...
But that's just taking it back to his roots, man. The Beach Cruiser is a Compton bike.
No. Beyond that. I go months without...
The Beach Cruiser. The one I let you borrow a couple weeks ago? Pops want me to ask it back. You know I wouldn't trip.
What bike, homie? Anyway, no, I'm saying... you know what I'm getting at.
Well, don't put this on me. You explain.
No, it seems a little pretentious, right? In my sense,
or humble. You know what I mean?
It's like a fake humble, though. Sometimes it seems contrived.
As he said in that song, he's like, "I know that you anointed." You know, that's what it is. He's anointed, whatever that means. I know it's religious connotations.
That about yourself is a little bit much.
I don't know, man.
Okay,
you know?
Long story, less long. I'm not really interested in hearing him perform. Unless he's performing Good Kid,
So what you're saying is you're not a fan of Kendrick Lamar.
No. I want to hear him perform Good Kid, Mad City all day. Every day.
Yeah.
I would love to hear. That is a great album.
The only album.
A great album.
The only album of his.
And you like Damn too, right?
Yeah. The only album of his I really am not like, oh my God, this is the best work. Yeah. And that has a couple of tracks that I'm not mad at either. He also did the Black Panther soundtrack, which has a few joints on it. You know?
This new Big Steppers is in Mr. Morale or Mr. Morale and Big Steppers.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch The Irishman, right?
Okay.
I couldn't finish it. I watched like 30 minutes. Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt about that album. I was like, you know what? I didn't even... What's that song about when they're arguing? The toxic relationship one? Mm-hmm. Never heard it.
No?
No.
Listen to it. I told you already. When I first heard it, I'm like, that wraps up every male-female relationship that's ever existed. Told me that,
and I just didn't listen to it.
Well, go listen to it. You might.
I believe in.
See, this is my problem with you. You can't give half-ass thoughts about a thing that you didn't even listen to it.
Because the vibe of the album.
How many songs on the album did you listen to?
I already wasn't feeling the vibe of that album. I think I listened to the first half. I just really wasn't feeling it.
Well, sometimes business picks up in the second half.
Yeah, should have happened in the first. You lost me.
While I'm watching this attitude.
Sometimes scoring a lot of points in the second half ain't enough. You should have scored a lot in the first.
While I'm watching the Attitude Era shit that's happening right now, or whatever. Every time Stone Cold came out, Jim Ross was like, "Oh, business is picking up now."
He was like on Stone Cold. Dick.
No, he hated him for a while because Stone Cold stunned him like he did everybody.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It's so funny to just watch how like the stage is. Oh, here's my controversial topic. Then we can go to break and then get back to the other shit.
Okay.
If you're and it's only controversial if you're like a WWF fan and like True Blue type of thing, right?
Speaking of those True Blues, I'm so confused by them.
Owen Hart, not a fan. Not a fan from then, and I'm gonna carry that over in today and say, nah.
I mean, yes, rest in peace.
Yes,
but
let me tell you something.
He's the one that dropped Stone Cold on his neck and everything.
Oh yeah, that too. But that has nothing to do with this. He did the worst job of selling anything. Like you're putting on a show here. If the biggest fucking if Mark Henry hit him, right? And you're talking about the strongest man in the world, whatever.
He wouldn't.
He doesn't like flint. Nothing affects him. I'm like, yo, you're supposed to be in pain a little bit.
It's funny because the Harts are a very highly regarded.
The whole Hart Foundation made me.
But even like Bret,
they were the worst.
Yeah, Bret Hart's all right.
He was okay. The British Bulldog was a little biatch. That whole era made like looking at it now as an adult, it makes me look at it back like I don't like them.
Ever seen a vagina? Not for me. And on that note, we'll take a break.
It's a weird note to go off on. People are nasty.
Yep.
It's gross. Do you want to talk about the ins and outs in your opinion, perhaps on because that's what we do here is give our opinion. Alec Baldwin being charged in the shooting. I have thoughts about it that are probably I don't know where I guess it depends where you stand on this whole thing.
This is a very listen, it's fucked up.
It's a loaded topic
at the end of the day, somebody lost their life.
Yes.
And it was fucked up how when it came.
Rest in peace to that young lady. So they say he's going to be charged with manslaughter. Now, obviously, that's just a charge. He has to go through the whole trial process. There is some credence. There's some credence to the fact that hey, he's a rich white man, so he's not going to see any jail time. Probably.
The thing
I also kind of think that he shouldn't see jail time.
He probably won't.
It's nothing to do with him being a white male.
It's a weird situation, right? Like. Yeah.
Cheers, y'all.
He definitely, he pulled the trigger, which is what probably countless actors and actresses have done in, the history of cinema. Mm-hmm. The difference is somehow, some way, this gun that was shot ended up having real bullets inside of it instead of the blanks that they do have experts on location.
Prop experts.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be a prop gun.
But gun experts too, how to...
but it's supposed to be a prop gun. It's a movie set. So
it's weird. It's his production company. Listen.
There's a lot of ins and outs there that you have to be considered. But see, you hire a company like that because... and. Sure, some accountability to a degree falls on you. Like, if there's like a civil suit, you should pay damages. But if there's a company who's supposed to be in charge of making sure that these things are vetted appropriately, why is there live ammunition anywhere on the set? Is the question.
True, and there shouldn't be.
No.
If it is in fact his production company, he's gonna have to face some sort of music, right?
Which is what I said, like civil penalties.
Well, I think that they're gonna also look at criminal. Because a civil suit actually, from what I understand, has been filed and settled already.
In the most plain of terms, it feels like the most epitomized version of involuntary, right? Like
but what does that look like in the legal world? I don't know what the different degrees of involuntary manslaughter look like. I don't know what that is referred to, what the exact title or what they deem that to be.
For me, where does this get sketchy is that the lady who was killed was not an actress on the set. She was behind the camera or something.
Yeah, right? She was another she was, I don't know if a prop lady or some sort of makeup artist, something along those lines.
And so he pointed the gun and fired it. That part is established, right?
Yes. Which, if you're an actor and you're instructed to do so and you're given a prop, I don't know.
And now if you want to
proper gun safety.
And obviously, if you're about to use that in the shot, you want to make sure that it fires correctly and all that.
Well, that's not his job.
Well, if it's his production company as well. It gets like really sketchy.
It should have been handed to him, prepped and ready to take part in the scene the way it was written.
Why is anything being discharged? Not that the gun being discharged, because it's there for that reason. But why is it anything coming out of the gun?
It's supposed to be blanks, or I don't know the whole science behind that. But what I do think is that he's probably listen. I can't say that he did it. There's no way to say he did this on purpose, and I don't think he did. I just don't know where the disconnect is. Why the weapon was loaded with live ammunition and then given to him. Because as an actor, you're expecting whatever you're handed, the prop that you're given. Because proper gun etiquette, I guess, would be to make sure that either the gun was clear, or you cleared a weapon. However, in this scenario, I don't know that that's the same thing. I think it's given to you by a prop or what have you person on the set, and they give it to you, and your only job should be technically to do what is in the scene, right? You shouldn't have to sit there and make sure the gun's clear, make sure whatever it is.
Because from a basic standpoint here, you're talking about a fictional production being created. So if the gun is being aimed and fired, there should be no life-threatening circumstances to even consider.
He shouldn't have to worry about that.
So the big question is, where did the gun? Like, how did the gun get there, right? I know it's
the gun got supposed to be there for the show. There as a prop.
You're right. But I'm saying, like, that particular gun, are the guns that are used as prop guns, are they capable of firing live rounds, or is that actually a live gun that was not meant to be there?
Firing pins, or there is I think maybe the ammunition is lacking the primer, but I don't know. Hold on, let me look. I want to look that up. How would I look that up? Blanks used on a movie set.
Because who loaded the gun? Who handed him the gun? Why was the gun able to act as a actual firearm? You know?
What kind of blanks do they use in movies? 5-in-1 blanks, commonly called 5-in-1 in the film industry, are blank cartridges that can be used in a variety of firearms. They are specifically made for theatrical use and are commonly used in firearms for dramatic effect.
So they have like the explosion with the gunpowder style thing, but nothing's actually discharged from the gun as well.
Can prop guns shoot real bullets? Some prop guns are non-firing facsimile weapons, but many are real guns loaded with blank rounds instead of bullets.
Okay, but what does that mean?
Blank rounds?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Because I remember in Super Troopers when he was like, "Oh, the bulletproof cop. You know, I invented this gag, Rabbit." He's like, "Except in my day, we used blanks."
Blanks are shell casings loaded with gunpowder. They lack the deadly bullet point, which is usually replaced with cotton or paper wadding.
So if there was blanks in the gun and it hit her,
when blanks are discharged, they create the sound of gunfire, and the gunpowder combust, causing a muzzle flash. But there's no fire. I think
so. Nothing actually discharges like at 90 miles an hour from the gun tip.
When the gun is when the bullet's discharged is hit in its primer, I guess it's called, because the firing pin hits that and then it discharges. I guess maybe But
I'm assuming not at large velocities, and it probably just falls pretty much.
What is the difference between blank and a bullet? A blank is similar, but instead of containing a bullet, it just has some paper or felt to hold the gunpowder in place. When the hammer strikes the blank, the gunpowder or the powder ignites with as much force as it would in a real cartridge, and the puff of the igniting gas comes out of the gun barrel.
So it's not actually a bullet being fired; it's just a puff and an explosion
for the
right
effect.
there.
So
if things were done and vetted appropriately, if he took the gun, aimed it, fired it, nothing's coming out of the gun and hitting her.
It is a well-known fact that blank cartridge guns can cause penetrating and or even fatal injuries when discharged in contact or at very close ranges. In these cases, the gas jet perforates the skin, leaving an entrance wound similar to that of a conventional gun. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they would have real ammunition. So the problem with having live ammunition and blanks on the same set, I don't know that they look drastically different to the untrained eye.
Yeah, but why would you
The
have
problem is
real
there's no
live
untrained
ammunition?
eye. It's a fucking prop person.
But again,
They have
on a set,
experts
on a
for
movie
guns.
set, there's no reason that there's live ammunition anywhere to be found.
I agree. But even beyond that,
So there shouldn't be no mix-up. Like, however that real bullet got into that gun was on purpose.
I would probably, in outside looking in, I would say you're right. But who's the
And that's the
culprit?
crux of the issue, right? So who loaded this gun? Who handed it to him? Why was there real live ammunition put in there? And shouldn't the person who loaded it also be held to some legal standard here?
So they, from what I understand, they got him
And it's not.
booked.
I'm not like a
They got him
Alec
booked and they got
Baldwin, like,
somebody else booked. But that person took a plea, from what I gather. I don't know. I think more is probably going to come from this trial, right? And we'll probably understand a little bit further. But at the end of the day,
So it's involuntary manslaughter, to make that clear. It says manslaughter in the headline,
yeah.
but it's involuntary manslaughter, which means that someone died as a result of something that you did, even though it wasn't on purpose. I assume.
I think that's pretty much it. Listen, it sucks that she lost her life. Rest in peace to
Right.
her, and prayers to the family.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, I don't know how they're going to find this case, because to some, Alec Baldwin is just the actor given the tool, right? Mm-hmm. It's not the same, but when a doctor is performing surgery, they're handed things, right?
Yeah, it's for scalpel.
Right.
That's right.
Scalpel, it's placed in their hand in the way that they use it, so they can come down and be prepared to get it done. Do the doctor make sure the blade's sharp?
I mean,
do the surgeons make sure the blade is sharp?
you would know one way.
I know. I'm saying what I'm getting at is when they get the scalpel, they don't go like this on something to make sure they go right to
They
work.
don't take like a sword and make sure it's sharp.
No, they don't cut. They don't cut pieces of paper.
They don't
to
have one of
make
those
sure.
like rocks.
No, they go right to work. I don't know that it's the same, but it's kind of the same if you want to talk about. I get it. Surgeon, actor, not even comparable, right? But at the same point, we're talking about two things that are kind of similar in the way that they're set up with assistants and people around to make the production work properly and go without a hitch. So he, as the actor, didn't. How irresponsible would it kind of have been for him to be like, well, is this gun loaded? And just starts licking the shots in the air. I mean, he could have. The thing is, does Alec Baldwin have gun training? Right? Now, and I only asked
on a movie set, movies, not actors for the most part don't have gun training.
No, they barely have any training. But what I'm saying is, they have acting training.
This guy's a phony.
A great big phony. I'm saying if he had any gun experience, maybe he would have pulled the clip out and just done a quick check of the weapon.
But is that a responsibility that you have at that point?
No, that's what I'm asking. Is that his responsibility?
Is that something you even like? Again, the main idea for me here is like, you're on a movie set. Sure, it's your production company. You have a prop company. The prop company does what they got to do with the props. Hand you the gun. You do what you got to do. The gun should not have live ammunition in it. The threat of some actual life loss should not exist unless clearly you're at point blank range with that thing. So, what exactly took place before the gun got in his hand?
That's where everybody. That's why this is.
And what I also am curious about, because they're talking about like if they're blanks, they're like cotton or whatever's in the bullets. Is there a noticeable weight difference in the gun? Because guns are not light. Like you can feel the fucking couple. A few pounds in your hand of steel.
I don't know.
Is there a difference?
I've never held a gun with blanks in it. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, and I don't know the answer to the question, and nobody does.
And would he know the answer to that question?
The reason why we're here is because we don't know what happened with that gun prior to being placed in his hand. I do not believe that Alec Baldwin loaded that gun with a live clip and then intended to kill that lady.
It's gonna be interesting to see
If
how
that
the
was
case
in
goes.
fact the case, what was he hiding?
Was there some kind of
Because now
affair, some kind of behind the scenes shit happening?
What crazy ass thing did he was that?
What was their
the
relationship
solution
outside of the movie?
that he came to hide? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess a lot of things could come into play here, and I guess more will probably come to light as this case drags on.
Yeah, that's enough unpacking it, I guess.
But yes,
it's
absolutely. Rest in peace to the young lady, and we'll see how this goes.
Just a life and a seemingly promising and somebody who's done a lot and what meant a lot to a lot
Showing
of
up for
people.
work, just doing
It like everybody else does every day, except you. You show up for work at your house. Who can you sue?
That's still showing up.
Who would you sue?
Well, it depends what happened.
What if you fell walking to your desk?
My homeowner's insurance.
So the work isn't and
File a claim with them.
No, I'm saying is work at
The
fault.
other side of my business is
I wouldn't have been walking to that desk if it wasn't for you.
the other side of my business before I got into this part of the company was subrogation, right? And it's basically
you trained me, motherfuckers. I know what to do here.
I know how to act here. Yes, but yeah. So I guess we'll as more is figured out with this whole Alec Baldwin thing, we'll update y'all. I'm sure you'll hear it anyway. But all right. So we can move from that onto more greener pastures. ASAP Rocky confirms that Rihanna is back in stew.
I don't really care about that.
No.
Yeah.
Rihanna been looking
that I do care about.
fucking scrumptious as her fucking
not as good as Ashanti, as you all know. I've quite the
is Ashanti a mother?
I don't care.
There's something that happens to a woman's body when she gets pregnant.
Sometimes.
So it's like 50-50. But like sometimes, all right? Because Rihanna historically to me is somebody who is a little bit skinnier than my taste, right? I like a little bit of more ass and whatnot.
She's gotten a little thicker.
But something after this baby just really kind of put the right things in the right places.
The right syllable, right emphasis on the right syllables.
Yeah, there you go. You know,
okay.
No offense to anybody who's offended by that, but
no, I don't really care that she's in the studio. I don't care.
You're not a big fan of her music, or what?
No, it's just I think
you don't want to pond that replay.
I think I've gotten to the no. I would pond the river.
No, pond the replay.
I'll pond the replay too.
Pond the river is a different
I'll pond
artist.
the replay and river with her.
Pond the river, rendezvous.
We can replay the river all she wants. I think I've reached a point in music lately where I don't know how excited I get for music anymore. Like I always want to hear new music,
sad,
but I don't really get. Tell me when you get what you get excited for. Maybe the Nas when it was coming out. Maybe
I'm always excited for a new J release.
But
it's true.
That's really, really rare. I'm saying, when was the last time maybe a Pusha release? You know,
there's like the artists that have gained their notoriety early 2000s, late 90s type of thing. Those are the ones who are still like the ones on my top.
But again, that's so few and far between that I'm saying, how often is it that you feel like you get so excited for a release?
Well, listen, since like the first year of our pod,
I get more excited for the R&B releases.
Since like the first year of our pod, I haven't really been up to
where we've been doing where we used to do our little segment.
Listen. And so that's part of what I'm going to do for those who are I'm not gonna give it away because God knows it's gonna pop up on somebody else's Patreon and then we're not gonna see any benefit from it. But something involving music is what we're trying to get to.
But yeah, that doesn't happen.
You know what I've been listening to the other day? A few songs popped on, and I was like, I forgot how good this was. That Nas, Damian Marley shit. Did I talk about that last week?
That was a long but that was a long ass. We talked about somebody passed, one of the Marleys, but no, we talked about that. But that's not the same as getting excited for a release now.
Well, no.
I'm speaking about when was the last time you thought that you heard somebody was coming out with something, and you were like, "Yep, can't wait to hear that."
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I've had like the
music just doesn't have the same. So, that old time rock and roll. I mean, I don't want old rock and roll, but I'm just saying.
Type of music just so.
Like music just really lost. I love music and I listen to music daily. I mean, a lot, but there's something it's lost over the years because of maybe the frequency at which it comes out. Artists drop things so consistently. They drop loosies like it's nobody's business, right?
Well, because again, like my problem with today's day in music is it used to be you were an artist if you had a story to tell and you can do it in a way that's captivating, right? And obviously, if you had a flow and you could do it over a beat and stay on beat, unlike Blueface, you can do this in a way that your audience wants to hear from you. And today, it's like is the wave. As long as you are able to make something that sounds like it fits with today's sound, you don't have to have passion for it. Yeah. You don't have to have an important story to tell. You can be successful just because you have the ability to put a beat together or whatever it is,
I was talking, me and Vivi were watching something, and it was like I'm not going to say the right thing because I can't remember, but it was an ad for a larger company. I want to say it was like an insurance company or like Nationwide is something with a slogan that's singing. And we looked down and I was like, oh shit, is that SZA? And Vivi's like, no, that's her. I was like, who? Her? Her
is bad too, man.
Yeah, but it's just funny because that's how the conversation went. But
she's gonna be Beauty and the Beast, right, or something like that.
Yeah. Yo. Anyway, so we were talking about how. So Joe Budden says it a lot, right? How the music industry, a lot of people are in and out.
I didn't bring it up. I said
a lot of people are in and out, right? Yeah. And it's true because you see a lot of people are, leveraging their name in the music industry to become something larger.
Yeah, it's a big
in the more larger scheme.
It's a launch pad now.
Yeah, exactly.
It used to be stone. Yeah.
So I was like, this is proof, right? These girls, they release music, and a lot of them don't want to tour, none of that. But look what it's leveraged into. A large company's commercial, and she's on there singing. You know that she got money for that. Mm-hmm. There's no way they said, hey, let me get her.
It's like Pusha and the McDonald's thing.
Yeah.
But which is a hilarious collaboration because you have the biggest Coke rapper. Yeah, no, that's very interesting. But it's funny because like even some of like the top stars of today don't have longevity. Like I guess it's not really my whole thing, but like Lil Baby, for instance, right?
I think Lil Baby,
all the babies.
I think Lil Baby got he's still continuing his trend. Da Baby,
but there was a super hype train behind him, and now there's like
wait till the summer. I bet you the summer. He's a summer artist. Da Baby fucked his whole game up. He fucked his whole shit up.
He actually got a body, and he still found a way to fuck it up.
No, he fucked that up when he went on stage talking that shit in Atlanta, where you don't want to talk that specific shit at. He went and I guess he ruined. He had like I don't know if it was Pepsi or some large corporation.
We didn't even need that back in the day to have longevity. You didn't have to have like a big sponsorship deal with one of them companies.
No, I'm saying like. He was largely like he had just released the album. I don't think he was able to tour that album. The Baby can spit, right? There's some days I don't really fuck with him, but what I'm saying is he had the ability. It was like he was on the trajectory to start signing major deals, releasing music, and being way more.
He had one single that I liked anyway.
But that's fine. But that's again, it's subjective to who you are. Right? Do you care if?
But I mean, like he was one of those artists that came on the scene. And he was like, "Oh, like that's a big artist now." Like, oh,
well, a lot of people do.
He killed somebody in Walmart. I now look at him.
He's got a large personality. That's why. But what I'm saying is he fucked all that up. Like he jagged all that.
But it used to not be a thing in rap.
Used to be is not the same way things are.
The way that you would kill something like that in rap. You can't
go into Atlanta talking about gay people in a derogatory sense and expect that to go over well. There's a lot of gay people in Atlanta.
I feel like you can though, to some degree.
Not anymore. What I mean? And not the way he was doing it. He was being super
And
disrespectful.
Atlanta is region, but like they represent a whole region. Technically.
That's where he was performing, and
so he should still be able to go to New York.
He was being pretty derogatory.
You should still be able to go to New York. Listen,
no, but I get that. But
there was a time in the hip hop world where homosexual derogatory shit was. Everybody had something to say.
That doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't. But Jim Jones to this day in Harlem's like, no homo was never gonna die here.
But that's different. We're talking corporations and the people. Like you got to remember, a lot of the money that these guys get is like festival money. These guys get crazy money to come and headline.
I don't know. I guess the game is just different now.
But it is. We can acknowledge that. We both know that. But what I'm saying is, because of what are some of the festivals? Can you name a few?
Like the Lalas and the fucking I don't know. There's a bunch of I don't know.
Whatever
I don't know. Pitchfork.
What I think that's a smaller. But anyway, yeah, but you're right. Like all of these that are put on are backed by big corporations. You know how much money has to be involved to be able to give an artist $2 million to come perform?
Yeah, but any of the majorly successful artists, they go see more money overseas than they do here.
True, but not every artist has that. Some are local.
Yeah, but the baby is one of them.
Do you know
or
that
he was one
I
of them.
just learned that 50 Cent just did like a 20-something tour international country.
Yeah, he got more music coming out apparently.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to tour anything. He just tours Get Rich or Die Trying, Massacre, and Beg for Mercy type shit.
That's because fans like us, that's the type of shit we want to hear.
Also, I believe that their musical taste overseas is
it's a bit behind.
They're
only what they get.
They're more hip hop heads.
Yeah. I'm just saying, in terms of what they get, in
I don't think that's the case
new
now,
releases, it is still.
I think
to some degree.
Are you telling me that what I stream on Spotify they can't gain access to?
There's different things like their Netflix gives you different
but I'm saying
releases than ours does.
Musically.
Yeah, but probably the same thing.
So maybe it's not that way now. Maybe now they get it just as quick. But maybe the issue was that back in the day, you're right, they were getting it later. So their fandom and their love for it has lingered longer.
And think about it this way, they probably have local rap and shit. Like a lot of the countries have local rappers.
Do you have a desire to go to London?
Yeah, I'd go.
I want to see these places. I want to see the hip hop scene, and I hope I don't laugh in anybody's face with their accents.
I would definitely laugh in their face with their accents.
Oh, this is the way that we rap in London. It's funny and it sounds like something, but I do be here in my trainers.
There's a guy who sounds
it's crazy.
just like that.
Can't you see my laners? Huh?
There's a guy who sounds just Fozzie. I forgot.
Fozzie Bear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. No, but there's
I like the idea that they're big on trainers.
It's funny because they sound just like that. Like when they're rapping.
I know, that's why I make that. It's fucking terrible.
It's something about like Mozzie, Bozzie, some shit like
Fuzzy.
that. But he's pretty well known.
They all are. And listen, that's what I'm saying. They're getting popular here, but they're different over there as. They're more.
Shout out to the Arab rappers out there.
Vivi's trying to get me to listen to one. She's like, he reminds me of you. And she showed me a picture of him. I almost kicked her out the house. Like, you know what? It's over.
That's a good ass topic. Somebody told you, you remind me of them. And you're like, what the fuck? This doesn't look like me at all.
I've heard a lot in my life. In high school, only a few. I would like Sean Paul. Then. But with low cut, like whatever. I've been told John B. like at different shit. Like I was like, don't listen to what people say. It don't matter cause they don't know about you and me. Get it out your mind cause it's jealousy. They don't know about this here.
When I switched to Xfinity, now we have all the music choice channels. So there's some weird shit, man. There's one that's like what is it like depression trap or some shit like that under the rap category. I was like some weird terrible. Downtrodden, but it's like none of the songs matched that. I don't know, it was weird.
Somebody didn't curate correctly.
No.
And then Vivi's adamant about Bradley Cooper, and I'd be like, dude, no, I don't look like this white guy with like green eyes.
Does tell Daniel that he looks like Mitch Trubisky, and he disagrees because he doesn't like when you compare him to anybody. But I'm like, yo,
I'm one of one, motherfucker.
That's how I always think of myself, so I'm not mad at it. But it's like, you definitely look just like this kid. It's a shame you're not him because he's a lot more wealthy than you at this point. But definitely, there's some similarities.
There is a very strong favorite.
If you ever want to know what our little brother looks like, just look at Mitch Trubisky, who's now on the Steelers.
Very similar.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you look like? Harry Potter?
I never understood that. Because I have fucking glasses and dark hair.
You're Harry Potter.
You white? You Ben Affleck. No, that's how it feels. And here's the thing, right? We're right around the same age, Daniel Radcliffe and I, right? So the guy who played Harry Potter.
Wait a minute. No.
So obviously as I'm aging, well, the Harry Potter series is still in the process of production. Every year, I swear I had to look before he did. You know what I mean? Like, at one point I had just like
those ugly ass sunglasses, the ones with the big loop behind the ear, so like they would barely ever fall off.
That was like a long time
Adam
ago.
could have went on roller coasters that went upside down and loops and everything.
That was a long ass motherfucking time
big
ago. I had
bottle.
shit like
He could have seen the end of the. He could have seen the end of.
Hey man, yo! Shout out to Ray-Ban and all the developers
I
of
can see
lenses.
the end of the coaster from here.
These, I paid extra to get the lenses to be thinner.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
you know what my prescription is. This shit fucking.
You know how they say Coke bottom glasses? Yeah, that's.
Hey, listen, man, I can't help the fact that I was born with shitty ass vision. The only one in our family who, out of 6, has just the worst eyes of all time.
Though moms and pops,
they're old.
They're deteriorating.
Mom's 60. Yo, we just had her party.
Wear glasses?
Huh? What?
Sarah don't wear glasses?
No.
Daniel don't wear the glasses, right?
No.
Well, yeah, sorry, sucks for you.
It's funny because I've spoken to people who, just because they don't like the way the glasses look on their face or they don't like the way they feel, they don't wear them. I'm like, you'd rather be blind? Like, yo, listen, it's not even an option for me. If I don't have my glasses on, motherfucker, I can't see shit. I can, but like...
You're tripping on your way to the desk every day.
Like, it's just not... I can, like, if I'm sitting down here chilling, obviously before they allowed me to get contacts, remember it was a long fight for me, I would hoop without my glasses on, so like clearly I can see to a degree.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I would wear fucking the Gary glasses, the ones that go the basketball ones,
the fucking goggles,
the James Worthies.
Nah, I can't do them shits, man. It like even with glasses like this where it's open around the sides, my eyes be sweating. I don't know how the fuck you wear goggles and run up and down the court for 2 hours. It make no sense.
Yeah, I saw him fogging up a little earlier. I was like, damn, Adam can't see for shit.
It's white hot lights. Yeah, that's why I moved it that way.
It's all on me.
We should get another. We should put the other light here though.
I think we should. But that motherfucker is hot as hell.
We don't need that much light. Fuck it. That light's gonna stay there.
Yeah, whatever.
Do we talk about Flo Rida?
Oh yeah, quickly mentioned, I guess. Flo Rida won a lawsuit against the Celsius. Is that like water or energy drink?
It's an energy drink.
Energy drink. I don't know what the exact lawsuit entails, but it seems like it was a fucked up lawsuit because they awarded that motherfucker $82 million.
$82 million. You know how it said he celebrates? By sipping on Celsius energy drink.
Yeah, outside, saying, man, I appreciate everything.
That's the laugh button.
Can you imagine?
Get headphones so you know that I hit the laugh button.
$82 million drops in your pocket tomorrow. What are you doing?
Well, first of all, probably gonna like, pardon my crass here, I'm nutting in my pants. $82 million. Say what?
Okay. Well, as Adam's sitting in his house, unable to move, I am gonna go find.
As I told you, Chappelle. What I learned, all I have to do is sign here, and this is mine.
I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find a creative way to kill. You know what? I'm gonna quit my job in a really good way, right? I think the way I would quit my job is I would fuck
like
around.
Dave Chappelle and Chappelle Show.
No, I would.
Something's got to end Oprah. My seed, son.
I'd report to work late. You know, I'd wake up. I'd probably go cop a car. Right?
Something light, you know, just go start my day buying a car or whatever.
Something light. I got my eyes
on I mean that move, not the car itself.
I got my eyes on that new Corvette. I love that fucking thing.
Hell no. All right, listen. I'm going to get a Maybach. Have a driver bring me to the crib. Have a driver bring me to the airport. No, I'm not going through the process of quitting my job. Listen, you're not going to hear from me again. Sorry. You don't need to
feel like
speak to my association.
I feel like there's some satisfaction in letting them know how you're quitting. Like, I'm not quitting to go find another job, sir. No. I could never be that. I'm going to show you how I quit. Maybe you hire a chauffeur in the Maybach.
Well, the only people who are going to care are like my direct manager and my team. The HR, the upper management, they don't give a fuck. They don't even know who I am.
Walk up in there. Oh, see, well, mine do.
It's not
so I'm
going
to walk up in that bitch like, what? With a boombox like fucking, Radio Raheem, right? I'm going to have my 4-finger ring saying I quit. Like, bah. It's going to be like, I quit. I quit. Because you know, it's for, you know, I quit.
That KD shit that was on the TV on Friday. I'd be like, another day, dollar, holla if you hear me.
Coming with the bumps in my hoop as I swoop.
That would just be blasting loud. Here I am, the Mac is clear, I am. KD, so baby, get with the program.
Damn, it's on the menu. It's about 10.
Yeah, that's when I'm coming in. Some smooth shit that we're just talking about. The Mac is here.
I would come in rapping. Like I would.
But also, you got to remember.
Remember the old school karaoke?
For me, it would be a lot less.
You would buy from Toys R Us where they had the microphone.
It would be very anticlimactic for me. I work from home. Nobody is in the office. Even if I go there,
guys,
nobody in the office knows who I am.
Can we do a Zoom meeting?
Can we all let's go meet at whatever?
And it would be like, here's the camera, and I would be like, I'd be right up against it, right, and they wouldn't be able to see. And as I moved away, they'd see my ass, and then I walk out the room, and then I won't come back. That would be the way. That's the last thing they see.
I feel like I would take some of that 82 million, and I would plan how extravagant the quit is going to be. I don't think I could plan it as a broke man, but as an $82 million up man, I can plan quite the celebration.
I would quit through Zoom on an island.
On a slightly crazier note, you saying Bolt said he's missing $127 million.
No, it's $12 million.
No, it says right here 127 million from his account lawyer says.
It's been $12 million.
I have it right here.
That's the first I've heard that. I've heard $12 million for the whole week.
There's an article right here. Usain Bolt missing $127 million from his account.
Million?
I didn't write this on a 1075
thing.
thing.
Sure it's 12.7.
Well, just because you saying that,
I've heard 12.7. They said it on multiple podcasts. Anyway, that's crazy. I'd be mad. I don't know
whether it's 12.7 or 127 million.
It's a lot of more money, millions than I got.
I'm mad if it's gone. I know it's supposed to be.
I don't know what. Hopefully, he gets it back. That's all I can say.
All I know is somebody gonna get their ass beat.
It just clicked to me the other day.
And that's the bottom line.
His last name can't really be Bolt.
But isn't it?
That would be a coincidence.
Shit was written in stone
like
for him
Michael
to be
Jordan's
the fastest man alive.
Last name being Michael Basketball.
That's like if Michael Phelps' last name was Swimming.
Michael Swimming.
Michael Laps.
Michael Laps. Michael Gold,
Breaststroke.
Michael Gold Medal. Like whatever it is, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny because he was like every time there's like a big popular athlete, whatever circuit they're in, they're always the subject of rap lyrics for like a year and a half. You know?
Yeah.
Ludacris again. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a Ludacris fan.
Well, I mean, shit.
But it'd be like, leave you wetter than Michael Phelps.
How can you not be a Ludacris fan? Like,
there are some who are, man. You know, he's underappreciated. I feel like
those guys.
I just feel like he's underappreciated. Is all I'm saying. You know,
mine's just big. Is all I'm saying.
Dude, that's the other thing I want to talk about. Drake's house. First of all,
it's huge.
He has a house in Toronto, right in the 6, as it were, running through the 6 with his woes and whatnot. You know how that shit goes.
I was running with my woes.
So he has a Toronto mansion. $6 million what he paid for it. Today, guess how much that motherfucker's worth?
60.
$100 million. All right.
That's crazy.
Now.
It's because
I don't know if Canada 100 million is different than the United States 100 million, but that's a lot of motherfucking money.
My assumption
is like pesos.
Increase the property value in the neighborhood he's at.
Well, that also, I'm not so ignorant to the point that like if Drake owns a house, automatically value going up because the next person who buys, I bought Drake's house.
But even the neighborhood in itself.
I don't know anything about Toronto's neighborhoods.
I'm just real estate in general.
But so he has an Olympic swimming pool.
Yeah.
Which is crazy already, Olympic-sized swimming pool, and it's like lit up by LEDs all over the place and shit, cool. Just like whatever.
I mean,
which is why they always make reference to Drake's pool.
You're not
in songs.
Naming anything that would make me angry because if it's a rich man, I got these things.
He's got a full-size OVO branded basketball court.
Yeah, we've seen that.
He's got there's in his recording studio. There's like decorations on the walls that are like semi-precious metals.
Okay.
Like shards of precious. I don't know, it's weird how it's all set up. But yeah, there's like an article I follow, like some wealth page on Instagram, and it just went through all the shit that he has. And then of course, he has all the shit that you would imagine a home theater, blah 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 blah. But I'm like, $100 million.
Yeah. Like that, money begets money, son.
Fucking son of a bitch. I'm about to go and try to find something in Toronto.
That's why if your $12 only keeps coming up and backing up to like $1,000. It's just the way that works.
I'm gonna go see what's up in Toronto. Maybe I could buy a $200,000 house and it'll be worth $2 million.
They have really hot Caribbean girls in Toronto, so you might have some luck up there.
I don't discriminate.
I didn't say you did. So before we get to sneakers, I have the funniest thing I want to talk about because it's been on all sorts of videos. People have seen it. If you've watched ESPN, Have you seen? You haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna find the video before we get there because, if you didn't know, last year, the team that won the championship, in the NBA, was the Golden State Warriors.
It's true.
Now, if you also
That's a fact, man.
that's a fact. Hold on, maybe ESPN, right? So, that being, what happens is, the team that wins goes to the White House, right? They go meet the president.
Well, historically, some people decided, when Donald Trump was in there, they were like, nah, fuck that guy.
For the most part, they go to the White House. Traditionally, and they go meet the president and, hold on. Wait.
Biden's old ass probably don't even remember if they were there.
He was walking with Steph. It looks like Biden is Biden for time. Like that's just crazy.
Yo, all American politics are ugly. The nerve of us to try to go and set up democracy in other, quote unquote, set up democracy in other countries when we're all just pieces of shit. Yeah, I said it. I don't care if you're conservative or you're a libertarian or you're fucking liberal, you know?
So, right now I'm showing Adam. Andrew Wiggins look at Kamala Harris's ass on live television. Look at those eyes. He's like, I don't know what to look at. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look. He did that sly, I'm going to take a look at her ass. But he didn't realize there was a camera directly on his fucking face. He peeped that crazy.
Hey, man, listen, if she got a big ass, I'm going to look probably.
Right. But the thing is, you got to really be aware of your surroundings. You can't just take a look at the vice president.
That's only true if you're an average person, you know?
Dude. They had that camera locked in.
What are they going to do?
He had the eyes of a person.
That's because it was a random bystander who was like, look at this.
No, the camera.
The guy was...
Well, that was somebody watching their TV. There's actual people, like there's footage of the TV. Footage.
All I'm saying is, let's say Kamala Harris caught him. All right? What's she going to do?
No, true, but what happens what if he's with somebody?
Go and give him some of that ass.
What if he's with somebody and they caught him looking?
Does that matter?
Probably not. But what I'm saying is, he had the eyes. His eyes were open.
Historically, any major athletic...
Yo, the whites of his eyes showed guilt all around. That's all I know. He was like...
I think he was just more like, whoa, I didn't realize she had an ass like that. Now it's going to have a hard time for me to knock.
I'm sure you can see it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
I don't even know. Listen, I never... I feel like Kamala Harris is like the least in the public eye vice president of all time. Right, which is sad because she's the first woman vice president. She should probably be out there all day. Anyway, I don't think I've ever seen a shot of her ass.
The first woman is the wife of the president.
No, the first woman vice president.
Oh yes, the first.
You gotta listen to the whole sentence.
Yeah, there. I didn't hear that part.
Now for me, I'm an AOC fan. You know, like Alexandra. Okay. I like her.
I don't like her either. I don't like any politics.
I don't care about her politics.
She's not
as far as congresswomen goes, pretty high congresswoman though.
I guess, but not really.
Whatever, man. You know, you difficult man to please apparently. Happy birthday, DJ Quick. You know.
Happy birthday, DJ Quick.
53 years old. You know.
California.
West Coast. Yes, sir.
What?
So that's something I wanted to drop by in there, and then I saw this other thing that I thought was kind of funny. 3LW, Keely Williams of 3LW admits to a sexual
promises.
admits to a sexual entanglement with 3 B2K members.
She said that they ran a
well, here it says simultaneous entanglement.
She said they went choo choo, choo choo, choo choo.
That's B2K, ladies and gentlemen.
Choo choos for 3 dudes.
See, that's why the way it's worded here is. A sexual entanglement with 3 B2K members at the same time.
At the same time. They got entangled as they choo 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 choo.
There's a whole lot of limbs tangled.
Cuckoo chooed.
Well.
She said, I'm getting tired of you, sick and tired of your broken promises.
You ain't got to do her like that, man.
That's what she does. I still like the other girl. She's Adrienne, whatever the fuck her name is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's still bad.
Yeah. But there'll be some bad women out there, you know.
So sneakers.
Yeah.
I have a few things I'm looking forward to, man.
Okay.
They got the black and white OGs that are coming out February, I want to say 10th. They have the Laneys coming out, I think the 15th or the 17th of that month. The 17th.
Shout out to MJ.
Right.
Greatest to ever do it, you know?
The Laney ones, right? But they're like a version of the Starfish, which, so it's great quality. It's women's, but extended sizes. So I'm going to get those extended sizes for show, though.
Why do they do that extended sizes?
I don't
Just
know.
say available in men's and women's sizes and put them available in men's and women's sizes. Like, what the fuck wrong with y'all?
They just won't do that.
Son of a bitch.
And then I've been thinking about them. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get, I can't, for some reason, there's the name or the title of the colorway is slipping my mind. But it's the Irish joints, the green and black toe, green and black toes. Forget what they're called. But I like those as well. Those three are on my radar. I've been fighting the urge to buy those True Blues. They just restocked 2 nights ago, and I'm just fighting the urge. Though, every time I see them, like, the pictures that they put on sneakers don't do them justice. It's a really terrible picture. Every picture and every review I've seen of somebody holding them, honestly, they're not the worst looking shoe. It's just the gray. Like, something about the gray is throwing me off.
I got to determine what to do. I now have $130 in Foot Locker gift cards. And,
shit, you can fucking grab that and just... I would.
Well, we'll see.
They got the
might get my more up tempo slides and see
they got the more up tempos are coming back this year. The black and white ones.
Yeah. When the Gym Reds came back, I got another pair of those. Maybe I'll get another pair of these.
They got the Gorge Green still. They still got the Cardinal 7s. They got the 2s, the Chicago 2s that are still available. I
gotta take a look at the release calendar and see what's coming down the line.
But this next month has got.
Because I might want to save it, like something maybe coming out in May that I'm like, oh, I like them shits.
Probably.
So let me hold on to this shit for a minute.
I've realized I thought I had more. I got 46 pairs of shoes. 46. I know that don't seem like a lot to some of these sneakerheads out there.
Hey, man, it was a lot.
But that's over some years, man.
It was low. It was like in the 30s for a minute there, and you said, oh, you have so much. But now you're close to me.
Well,
I only got like 54, 55.
That gives the impression that I'm buying shoes like that. I buy shoes seldomly, but from time to time.
Well, seldomly is time to time. I would believe is
time like after time.
Synonym of that.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Oh, I bought a mega box of Prism basketball cards, and let me just tell y'all, man, the card game is done, y'all.
Yeah, I won't
Panini,
buy
man, fuck you. It's kind of bullshit y'all throwing in these boxes.
To buy a full $60 box and not to receive anything, even like a $20 card.
Suck my dick 2 times.
You suck all the dicks. I've been watching.
Little Pineapple Express for those unaware.
There's a cartoon on Netflix about a disgruntled basketball coach, right? And he keeps saying, and then they'll suck all my dicks, right? And then the guy's like, I keep telling you, even if you had all these dicks, they can only suck one at a time.
Well, I guess it depends on how your anatomy is structured. They might be able to suck multiple at once.
That's a big mouth.
Yeah.
Well, what you got in
yeah, so after our little tradesies, I got these masters on for those of you nasty foot people who wanted to see us switch shoes. We're not going to do that, but we did technically switch shoes, and so these are them. You know?
And in a rare occurrence too, because I don't take other people's shoes on my feet very often.
Same. If these weren't lightly worn, I would say no, because the ones I traded
those
for him
were extremely lightly worn. Like
I'm just saying because the ones I traded were still not worn.
Yes,
I had to go that way.
Have you looked at those on a Goat? Not cheap, man. I looked them up before.
Well, the way the sneaker world works is just similarly to what you just said. If they're worn at all, they just don't have the same value. So.
Well, yeah, but there is still a large value, especially for lightly worn. So 2 things before we go, because Mike is on Trade Block, right? The man, I got those in 2016. So that's a size 11.5 or 12.
11.5.
Those brand new 540. Mike has Trade Block, and
all you who voted the freaking Bread 12s, the flu games last week, y'all better vote for my 12 this week, all right? Because if I lose to those...
Yeah, there's no way you can...
I'm about to fuck all y'all up.
Can't lose to these. These are bad. So Mike has Trade Block, and he's had the Gamma 11s up there for some time now. Trying to see if he can get a bite on the trade. And they're lightly worn. And
He's size 12 too?
11, I believe. 11.
The smell, you small feet people.
So he's had it on there for a minute. And then the other night, like it was like 8:30. I'm like, I had just woke up from like a nap on Friday or something. I woke up and I'm like, he's texting me and he's like, yo. So he got a offer on Trade Block. It's a pretty dope offer, man. And because of the fact that he doesn't
like a trade,
he doesn't use the gammas like that. They're stiff, and they're not the most comfortable shoe ever. So then somebody offered 3 shoes brand new. The Marina Blue Jordan 1s, the Shadow 2.0s, the gray joints, these, and then the Pollens. All brand new for the gammas.
It's not a bad deal.
So now he's just waiting for the...
He's accepting?
He accepted. He's waiting. Now it's something like GOAT.
They gotta verify, make sure.
They verify, then they send it your way. Yo, just the Shadow 2.0s alone, shit, I'll be like, yo, Mike.
But those Gamma 11s are pretty nice.
11 and a half, I'm sorry. The Gammas are dope, but did you see they're releasing another pair?
Oh, nice.
Like, did you see those? I don't know if it's 100%.
I'm telling you, man, lately I've been trying to stay off of sneakers because it just gets too tempting. And like, spending $200 on a pair of sneakers, it can only happen a couple times a year at this point.
They're releasing...
Actually, I get a bonus in March. Maybe I'll get a pair too then.
Well, I'm pretty sure, hold on, Gamma Jordan 11.
If people would subscribe to the Patreon or just give us some money, we could just buy shoes all the time. This wall could grow. And go from the bottom to the top.
There's no telling where that can go. Listen, we're so close to that 100,000 views. I know it doesn't do anything, apparently. but I'm waiting for that to be. Oh, here they are.
Hey, how many of y'all, when you go to a YouTube page, go to the About section? That's what I would like to know. Yeah. That purple accent's really nice on them.
If you haven't seen the new Gammas that they're supposedly going to be released, these are the ones, man. They're really nice.
Purple does something real nice on a shoe. I ain't gonna lie.
Even with that, the turquoise in the liner, it's a little. These are different than the other ones. These are pretty nice.
Shot fucks with them. So
the fact that Mike got rid of his for 3 brand new shoes, he'll for sure wear.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that.
No, definitely
not even in the slightest. And then they're supposed to. I forget what they're releasing.
Some people undervalue the one. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of weird.
They do undervalue the one for sure.
It's just like one of the most classic Jordans, honestly. You really want to be real.
Man, I can't remember what the holiday 11 release is supposed to be. Fuck.
Not the cool grays, not the cherries, obviously.
It's not the Space Jam.
Not the Space Jam.
I can't remember, dude.
They're putting out a one that's supposed to be like the Space Jam 1 type of thing.
It's like a patent leather kind of thing?
Yeah, it just follows the colorway of the 11.
I'm not a big fan of like that.
I like it. There's a pair of... Man, I was so mad. There was a pair of Crazy 8s that had like that general color scheme. And they were gone with a quickness. And I was super mad because I was like, man, I was on like
the DMP pack. Yeah, so releasing that, but the 11, I don't know if it's a full pack. So the original DMP pack came out with the 11s and the 6s. So I don't know what's happening there, but yeah, I just want to put that interesting. So finish your story.
So put your $500 away, y'all.
Yeah. So finish your story.
No, they're just the Concord style colorway of Crazy 8s. And I was on that Crazy 8 kick for a minute. When I found like those Benny the Bull ones, and then I went and found some other Bulls colorway style ones, and I saw those online. And I'd for whatever reason, I left them in a cart for a couple of days, and I went back, and then they were never available again. And I never looked on StockX for them or anything like that. But
I look on Go for a few things.
You leave StockX alone?
Yeah,
after the controversy, especially.
Yeah, and especially my experience with GOAT was pretty good.
Yeah,
they rectified the situation pretty quickly based on the idea that the guy had kind of misrepresented the shoes.
It makes a big difference. Honestly,
they were obviously worn.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Grubhub is a pain in the ass if they forget to send something with your order, and DoorDash will fix it right away. So now I'm like, fuck Grubhub.
See,
it's just pertinent to today's day and age, man. That's where you order food.
I've literally never ordered food from them before.
You do things weird, man. That's why I tell you old, because you be living like a, this generation. Like you didn't grow up with
I've seen too many stories of people eating my fries. I'll murder you if you take your
your
little nasty palms off your stupid, disgusting steering wheel. They put and then go and grab a fry out of my bag.
They put measures into those things now. Like for instance, if you order from McDonald's, they put stickers across the top, so it's obvious if they tamper with it. You know. Yeah. Like they do, there's certain things that they do now to make sure they.
I don't trust nasties, and then their car might have some shit in it.
Well, people are gross.
Yeah, sure. I know, man. That's the exact reason why I don't do it.
All right. Well, you want to talk about your little Desert Storm boots you got on today?
Yeah, these are just some. Honestly, it's snowing out. These are like my Nike, my boots for the winter. They're just some Nike Manoa joints. They're there.
Got some myself this winter.
I cleaned them yesterday a little bit. Like they're in bad shape, but like I cleaned the material with some Rejuvenator yesterday just to take some of that surface dust off because I'll wear them through the winter. These things are beaters, but
I still didn't do it yet.
I've worn these in Yellowstone and everything.
I still didn't do it yet, but I want to hit mine with some waterproofer. I still didn't do it.
I got some. I have to do that as soon as because I also cleaned the 5s yesterday, and so those I noticed on the metallics, since they're so old, just a little bit of the sole. I'm like, man, I don't know how much time they got left, to be honest. So I'm gonna use them.
For sure, though.
Yeah.
Well, all right, man. I think that's gonna be 166 for y'all. We don't have much else to speak of. So, what I would like to know, if you make it this far, every week, I've been like trying to do the premiere thing on YouTube, right? So it gives you like it gives you like a 2-minute countdown to let you know that it's about to start, and then like you can watch it live. I noticed a lot of y'all don't watch it live, whatever. It's all good. But like I thought it was cool just because like it gives the option for the live chat, and you can kind of interact there. I'll be watching it, so like if people do want to comment, I'll be there to talk about some shit, whatever. But yeah, just curious on the feedback on that. Is it better as a premiere? Does it like give you a different kind of notification than if you just do it regularly?
Because I have it and you have that, I think too. But yours might be different because you're the admin account. No, I get notifications that it's coming up. I've watched.
So premiere just continue with the premiere thing, I guess.
I've watched as the premiere was on. So honestly, it's I think it's good because it's for sure gonna be dropping at that time of the day.
But yeah, because like the way I set it up now, well, you can do it a different way, but I also just do it so that 7:15, boom, comes out.
No, I get that, and no, I think it's good, and it's a good idea to do it that way. It's a little bit more consistent, concise.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you all for tuning in to episode 166 of the Kasson Avenue podcast. I have been your host today, Adam, here with my brother Osama, of course.
I have been your host today.
Dog has been here chilling, relaxing, keeping it cool, so I appreciate that, As I said on the top of the show, go hit all them socials, follow us there, hit that Patreon, give us your money there. We would appreciate that, of course. And, yeah, man,
give us all of your money.
Keep it G, pimpin'.
Get your parents credit. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm playing. But if you got access. All right, Joe.
Keep it gangster, man. We'll holler at y'all 167.